Life will test you. There will be moments when everything feels like it's working against you. The weight of your struggles will press down on your shoulders, and the easiest thing to do will be to stop, to quit, to say, maybe this isn't for me. But when that moment comes, you need to remember one thing. Your purpose is bigger. It comes and goes like the tide, but purpose is what stays. It's the foundation that keeps you going when your body is tired, your mind is exhausted, and your spirit feels broken. Purpose is the reason why you started in the first place. It's the fire that burns inside you, the reason you wake up every morning and push yourself. Think about the greats, the ones who changed the world, the ones we admire, the ones we look up to. Do you think their journey was easy? Do you think they never faced moments of doubt, exhaustion, or pain? Every single one of them had a moment where they could have given up. But they didn't. Why? Because they understood that their purpose was bigger than their pain. Michael Jordan didn't stop when he was cut from his high school basketball team. Oprah Winfrey didn't stop when she was told she wasn't fit for television. Thomas Edison didn't stop after failing over 1,000 times to invent the light bulb. These people had every reason to stop, but they didn't, because they knew that stopping meant throwing away everything they had worked for. Your purpose is your fuel. It is the thing that will push you when motivation fades, because, let's be real, motivation is not always there. Some days you'll wake up feeling inspired, ready to conquer the world, but other days you'll wake up drained, defeated, and questioning everything. Those are the days that define you. Those are the moments where you either rise or retreat. And if your purpose is strong enough, retreating will never be an option. Pain is part of the process. It's the price you pay for success. Nothing great has ever been achieved without struggle. Every champion, every leader, every innovator has gone through the fire. They have faced rejection, failure, heartbreak, and loss. But instead of letting the pain break them, they let it build them. They used it as fuel, as motivation to push harder, to be better, to prove to themselves that they were worthy of their dream. You are no different. You have a purpose. You have a vision. You have a dream that is worth fighting for. But the truth is, most people never reach their dreams because they let pain stop them. They hit a roadblock, they feel discomfort, and they decide it's easier to quit. But easy doesn't lead to greatness. Easy doesn't create history. Easy doesn't change lives. So when the pain comes, and it will come, don't run from it. Embrace it. Let it remind you that you are on the right path. Let it push you instead of paralyze you. When your body says, I can't take another step, let your mind say, yes, I can. When your circumstances tell you this is too hard, let your spirit say, nothing will break me, because your purpose is bigger than your pain. Your dream is worth more than your doubt. And if you can push through, if you can endure the hard days, the lonely nights, the moments of struggle, you will come out on the other side stronger than you ever imagined. Success is not about perfection. It's not about getting everything right the first time or never making mistakes. It's about progress, about moving forward. Even when the steps are small, even when the road is uncertain. Too often, people get caught up in the idea that they have to be perfect before they can succeed. They think that if they make one mistake, they've failed. But that couldn't be further from the truth. Progress is what matters, not perfection. The problem with perfection is that it's an illusion. No one in the history of success has ever been perfect. Every great athlete, Every successful entrepreneur, every world-changing leader has made mistakes. They have failed, they have struggled. But what separates them from the rest is that they never let the pursuit. Too many people never start because they're afraid of not being good enough. They tell themselves, I'll start when I have more experience. I'll go for it when I'm 100% ready. But here's the truth. You will never feel completely ready. If you wait for the perfect time, you'll be waiting forever. The key is to start now with what you have and improve along the way. Every step forward, no matter how small, is still progress. Think about a child learning to walk. When they take their first steps, they fall, they stumble, they trip over their own feet. But do they stop? Do they say, walking is too hard, I'm not good at it, so I'll just crawl for the rest of my life? No, they keep trying. They get up and take another step and another, until one day they're walking without thinking about it. That's the power of progress. The same applies to everything in life. Whether you're chasing a dream, building a career, or developing a new skill, the only way to get better is to keep going, to keep improving. You don't need to be perfect to start. You just need to be willing to take the next step. Because every step forward, no matter how small, brings you closer. Some of the most successful people in the world didn't start off as experts. They started as beginners, just like everyone else. They made mistakes. They faced setbacks. But they kept going because they understood that perfection was never the goal. Look at any master of their craft, whether it's an artist, a musician, or an entrepreneur. They didn't start out creating masterpieces. They started with rough sketches, off-key notes, and failed businesses. But they kept working, they kept improving, and over time, their progress turned into mastery. The biggest mistake you can make is thinking that you have to be the best before you begin. The truth is, you become the best by beginning. You grow by taking action. You learn by making mistakes. The only way to truly fail is to stop trying. So stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop waiting for the right conditions, the right circumstances, or the right timing. The right time is now. Take the step. Make the move. Start where you are. Use what you have and do what you can, because every bit of progress matters. Every lesson learned, every experience gained, every failure overcome, it all adds up. The road to success isn't a straight line. It's full of twists, turns, detours, and setbacks, but as long as you keep moving forward, you're still on the path. Perfection is the enemy of progress, but progress, that's the key to success. Keep going, keep pushing, keep improving, and one day you'll look back and realize just how far you've come. There are days when you feel unstoppable, when motivation is high, energy is strong, and everything seems to be falling into place. But then there are days when you feel the complete opposite. You wake up tired, drained, and unmotivated. Your goals feel distant. Your progress seems slow, and your mind tells you, maybe I should take a break. This is where most people fail, not because they don't have the talent, not because they aren't capable, but because they rely too much on motivation instead of discipline. Motivation is a feeling, and like all feelings, it comes and goes. It's easy to be motivated when things are exciting and fresh. When you first start something new, The energy is high and the vision is clear. You tell yourself, this time I won't quit. This time I'll stay consistent. But as time goes on, that excitement fades. The work gets harder. The progress slows down. And suddenly, motivation isn't enough to keep you going. Discipline is doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel like it. It's showing up even when you're tired. It's pushing forward even when the results aren't immediate. It's understanding that success isn't built on feelings, it's built on habits. The people who succeed in life aren't the ones who always feel motivated. They're the ones who have trained themselves to keep going regardless of how they feel. Think about the greatest athletes in the world. Do you think they wake up every day feeling excited to train? No. There are days when their bodies ache, when they'd rather sleep in, when they don't feel like putting in the work, but they do it anyway. Not because they're motivated, but because they're disciplined. They've built a habit of showing up no matter what. The same applies to business, to personal growth, to any goal you set for yourself. If you rely on motivation alone, you will fail. Because there will be days when you don't feel like it. There will be moments when you want to quit. And if you haven't built the discipline to push through those moments, you'll stop every time. Discipline is what separates those who dream from those who achieve. Everyone wants success. Everyone wants to be great. But wanting it isn't enough. You have to put in the work, even on the days when it's tough, even when it's boring, even when it feels like you're making no progress. The key to discipline is building habits, small daily actions that move you forward. It's not about doing everything at once. It's about being consistent. If you want to get in shape, don't wait until you feel like going to the gym. Go anyway. If you want to build a business, don't wait until you feel inspired to work. Work anyway. The more you do something, the more it becomes a part of you. And the more it becomes a part of you, the less you have to rely on motivation to get it done. The people who succeed are the ones who show up regardless of how they feel. They understand that feelings are temporary, but habits are permanent. They know that motivation might get them started, but only discipline will keep them going. So don't wait to feel like it. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Just start. Just show up. Just do the work, even when it's hard, even when it's uncomfortable, even when you don't see immediate results. Because success isn't built in a day. It's built in the daily decisions you make. There comes a point in life when you have to ask yourself, what am I willing to fight for? Because the truth is, nothing worth having comes easy. The dreams you have, the goals you've set, the future you envision, it all depends on your ability to keep going when things get tough. Stopping is not just about you. It's about the people who believe in you, the people who are counting on you, and the legacy you're building. Your future depends on it. Too many people give up right before their breakthrough. They work hard, they put in the time, and just when success is within reach, they stop. Why? Because it gets difficult. Because the process takes longer than expected. Because the results don't come as fast as they want. But here's the reality. Every great achievement requires perseverance. Every success story is built on persistence, discipline, and the refusal to quit. Think about the people who inspire you, the ones who have achieved greatness. Do you think it was easy for them? Do you think they never faced obstacles? Of course they did. The difference is they kept going. They understood that if they stopped, they would be letting go of everything they worked for. They knew that their future depended on their ability to keep moving forward. Your dreams are not just ideas. They are a responsibility. You have a responsibility to yourself to become the person you were meant to be. You have a responsibility to your family, to your loved ones, to the people who look up to you. When you stop, you're not just stopping for yourself, you're stopping for everyone who needs you to succeed. Your future self watching you right now, 10 years from now, you will look back at this moment and ask yourself, did I keep going or did I give up? If you quit today, you'll regret it later. But if you, there will be moments when you doubt yourself. When your mind tells you, maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe this isn't for me. That's normal. Every successful person has had those thoughts. But the difference between those who make it and those who don't is simple. The ones who succeed refuse to listen to the doubt. You may not see results today. You may not see results tomorrow. But every single day that you push forward, you are building something. You are creating a foundation for your success. Stopping now would mean tearing it all down. Imagine planting a seed. You water it every day. You take care of it, but for weeks, nothing happens. You don't see anything above the ground. Most people would stop watering it, assuming nothing is growing. But what they don't realize is that beneath the surface, the roots are developing, the foundation is being built, and one day that seed breaks through the ground and grows into something incredible. That's how success works. The work you put in today may not show immediate results, but that doesn't mean nothing is happening. Your efforts are building something powerful. And if you stop now, you'll never see the full potential of what you started. Your future depends on what you do today. Every action, every decision, every step you take matters. So when you feel like stopping, remember why you started. Remember the vision you have for yourself. Remember that every great success story is built on persistence. You can rest, but don't quit. You can slow down, but don't stop. Because the moment you decide to keep going is the moment you take control of your future. And one day, when you look back, you'll be grateful that you never gave up. There will always be moments when you feel like stopping, when your body is tired, when your mind is overwhelmed, when everything inside you says, I've done enough. I deserve a break. But the truth is, winners don't stop when they're tired. They stop when they're done. Think about the most successful people in the world, the champions, the innovators, the legends. Do you think they stopped when things got hard, when they felt exhausted? No, they kept going. They pushed through because they understood that stopping too soon means never reaching the finish line. Most people never reach their goals because they let exhaustion dictate their actions. They tell themselves, I'll take a break and come back later, but later never comes. The moment you stop pushing is the moment you start settling. And once you settle, your dreams start slipping away. You have to push past that point of exhaustion, because that's where real growth happens. That's where you find out who you really are. Anyone can keep going when things are easy, when the results are showing, when they feel good. But what separates winners from everyone else is their ability to keep going when everything in them wants to stop. Picture a long-distance runner. In the middle of the race, their legs start burning, their lungs feel like they're on fire, and their body screams for rest. That's the moment when most people slow down. But the champion knows that this is the moment that matters the most. Because if they push through the pain, if they keep running even when their body says stop, they'll reach the finish line stronger than ever before. Every goal, every dream, every success story comes with a breaking point, a moment when you have to decide whether to stop or push through. If you stop, you stay exactly where you are. But if you push through, you unlock a new level of strength, discipline, and success. It's not about ignoring rest. Rest is necessary. Recovery is important. But there's a difference between resting and quitting. Winners understand the balance. They don't use exhaustion as an excuse to stop completely. They take the break they need, then they get right back to work. Because they know that unfinished work brings unfinished results. Look at the most successful entrepreneurs. Do you think they built their companies by working only when they felt good? No. They worked through long nights, early mornings, setbacks, and failures. They understood that the reward is on the other side of, I don't feel like it. The same goes for athletes. Kobe Bryant didn't become one of the greatest basketball players by stopping when he was tired. He stayed after practice. He took extra shots. He pushed himself when others went home because he knew that tired is just a feeling, but winning is a decision. They don't care if you're tired, if you're frustrated, if you don't see results yet. Your dreams are waiting for you to show up, to keep working, to push through until the job is done. So the next time you feel tired, remind yourself, this is where most people quit. But you are not most people. You are stronger than your exhaustion. You are greater than your doubts. And if you keep going, if you refuse to stop until the work is done, success will be yours. Because winners don't stop when they're tired. They stop when they're done. Failure is not the end. It is not a sign that you should stop. It is not proof that you are not capable. Failure is part of the journey. It is one of the most important ingredients of success. Yet most people see failure as a reason to quit. They take a setback as a sign that they aren't meant to succeed. But the truth is, the only way to truly fail is to stop trying. Every great success story is built on failure. Look at the most successful people in the world. They have all failed, not once, not twice, but countless times. The difference between them and everyone else is that they did not let failure define them. They did not allow it to break them. Instead, they learned from it, grew from it, and used it as fuel to push forward. Take Thomas Edison, for example. He failed over 1,000 times before he successfully invented the light bulb. When asked about his failures, he didn't see them as defeats. Instead, he said, I have not failed. I've just found 1,0,0,0,0 ways that won't work. That mindset is what separates winners from quitters. He understood that failure was simply a part of the process. Michael Jordan, one of the greatest basketball players of all time, missed more than 9,000 shots in his career. He lost almost 300 games. He was trusted to take the game-winning shot 26 times and missed. Yet, he once said, I failed over and over and over again in my life. And that is why I succeed. Most people don't realize that failure is a stepping stone. It teaches you what doesn't work so you can move closer to what does. It exposes weaknesses so you can strengthen them. It forces you to adapt, improve, and grow. The problem is that too many people take failure personally. They see it as proof that they aren't good enough. But failure is not personal, it's universal. Everyone fails. What matters is how you respond. The most dangerous thing you can do is let failure stop you. Because the moment you give up, you guarantee that you will never succeed. But if you keep going, if you push past the failure, if you learn from it and keep working, success is still possible. Think of a baby learning to walk. They try to take a step, they fall. They try again, they fall again. But they don't stop. They don't say, maybe walking isn't for me. They keep trying until one day they take a step, then another, and before you know it, they're running. That's how success works. You try, you fail, you learn, and you try again. Until one day you get it right. The only real failure is quitting. Because when you quit, you guarantee that all the effort, all the work, all the struggles were for nothing. But as long as you keep going, as long as you keep trying, you are still in the game. You are still moving forward. So the next time you fail, don't see it as a reason to stop. See it as proof that you are pushing yourself, that you are trying, that you are one step closer to success. Learn from it. Adjust your strategy. Improve your skills. And most importantly, keep going. Because failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of success. And as long as you refuse to stop, as long as you keep learning and growing, success is inevitable.